Cunobeline was a king in pre-Roman Britain from the late 1st century BC until the 40s AD. He is mentioned in passing by the classical historian Suetonius and Dio Cassius, and many coins bearing his inscription have been found. He appears to have controlled a substantial portion of southeastern Britain, and is called King of the Britons by Suetonius. Cunobeline appears in British legend as Cynfelyn, Kymbelinus or Cymbeline, as in the play by William Shakespeare. His name is a compound made up of Cuno and Belinos. History. From numismatic evidence, Cunobelinus appears to have taken power around 09 AD, minting coins from both Camulodunum and Ferlamium, capital of the Catuvellauni. Some of the Verulamium coins name him as the son of Tasciovanus, a previous king of the Catuvellauni. Unlike his fathers, his coins name no co-rulers. However, his earliest issues are from Camulodunum, indicating that he took power at the first, and some have a palmer laurel wreath design, a motif borrowed from the Romans indicating a military victory. He may have been emboldened to act against the Trinovantes by the Roman defeat in the Battle of the Teutoburg Forest in Germania in AD 9. The Trinovantes were a Roman ally whose independence was protected by a treaty made by Julius Caesar in 54 BC, but problems in Germania severely discouraged Augustus's territorial ambitions and ability to defend allies in Britain. Cunobelinus appears to have maintained quite good relations with the Roman Empire. He used the title Rex and classical motifs on his coins, and his reign saw an increase in trade with the continent. Archaeology shows an increase in luxury goods imported from the continent, including Italian wine and drinking vessels, olive oil and fish sauces from Hispania, glassware, jewelry and Gallo-Belgic tableware, which from the distribution appear to have entered Britain via the port of Camulodunum. He was probably one of the British kings that Strabo says sent embassies to Augustus. Strabo reports Rome's lucrative trade with Britain. The island's exports included grain, gold, silver, iron, hides, slaves and hunting dogs. Cunobelinus had 3 sons, Adminius, Togodumnus and Caraticus, and a brother, Epictetus, known to history. Epictetus expanded his influence into the territory of the Atrebates in the early 20s AD, taking the Atrebatean capital, Caliva, by about 25. He continued to expand his territory until his death in about 35, when Caraticus took over from him and the Atrebates recovered some of the territory. Adminius, judging by his coins, had control of Kent by this time. Suetonius tells us that in California, 40, he was banished from Britain by his father and sought refuge with the Emperor Caligula. Caligula treated this as if the entire island had submitted to him. Caligula prepared an invasion of Britain, but abandoned it in farcical circumstances, ordering his soldiers to attack the waves and gather seashells as the spoils of victory. Cunobelinus died sometime before 43. The Lexton tumulus on the outskirts of Colchester has been suggested as his tomb. Caraticus completed the conquest of the Atrebates, and the king, Verica, fled to Rome, providing the new emperor, Claudius, with a pretext for the conquest of Britain. Caraticus and Togodumnus led the initial resistance to the invasion. Dio Cassius tells us that the Boduni, a tribe who were tributary to the Catuvellauni, changed sides and supported the Romans. This is probably a misspelling of the Doboni of Gloucestershire, indicating that Cunobelinus's hegemony extended as far as the West Country. It is possible, based on epigraphic evidence, that Seleucus Lucullus, Roman governor of Britain in the late 1st century, was his grandson.